Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Coin number 1. Today we are going deep into the history, mystery, and hidden value of one very special American coin that many people have held in their hands without realizing what it could be worth. This video is about the United States of America rare Washington 1971 $quarter coin, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but carries stories, secrets, and collector excitement that make it truly fascinating. If you are a coin lover, a history fan, or someone who enjoys discovering treasure in everyday change, listen very carefully and enjoy every moment of this video. The Washington quarter has always been more than just a piece of money. It represents American history, strength, and pride. The 1971 quarter was struck during a time when the United States was changing rapidly. The country had already moved away from silver coinage, and people were still adjusting to clad coins made from copper and nickel. Because of this transition period, the 1971 quarter holds a unique place in modern U.S. coin history. On the front of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. His strong profile face is left, symbolizing leadership and stability. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround the portrait, reminding us of the values America stands for. Below Washington's neck is the date 1971, a year that now attracts collectors searching for rare varieties and errors. On the back, the majestic eagle with spread wings stands proudly, holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. Most people believe that all 1971 quarters are common, but this is where the real story begins. While millions were produced, only a small number have characteristics that make them rare and valuable. The rarity comes not just from mint marks, but from condition, strike quality, and especially minting errors. Collectors know that errors turn ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. One of the most exciting errors found on some 1971 Washington quarters is the doubled die error. This happens when the coin design is struck more than once slightly off alignment, causing doubling in letters or numbers. When you see clear doubling on the date, the word "Liberty," or "In God We Trust," collectors pay very close attention. Strong doubled die examples are extremely desirable. Another rare and valuable error is the off-center strike. These coins were not properly aligned when struck, leaving part of the design missing and blank space visible. The more dramatic and still readable the date, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors love these because no two are exactly the same. Clipped planchet errors are also known on 1971 quarters. This occurs when a piece of metal is improperly cut before striking, leaving a curved or straight clip missing from the coin. These errors are easy to spot and highly collectible, especially when the clip is large and clearly original. Some 1971 quarters also show broad strike errors, where the coin was struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread out wider than normal. These coins look different immediately and attract strong interest from error coin collectors. Condition plays a huge role in value. A regular 1971 quarter that has never been in circulation, with sharp details, full mint luster, and no marks, can be worth far more than a worn example. Coins graded in very high mint state levels are especially rare because most quarters were heavily used in everyday transactions. Collectors also search for proof-like surfaces, unusual toning, and strong strikes that make the details of Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers stand out. Sometimes, beautiful natural toning can increase desirability because it adds character and uniqueness to the coin. What makes this coin truly exciting is the fact that many examples are still hiding in old collections, jars, and rolls. People often overlook modern-era coins, not realizing that errors and high-grade examples can be just as valuable as much older coins. The thrill of finding a rare 1971 Washington quarter is what keeps collectors searching every day. This coin teaches us an important lesson. Value is not always about age. Sometimes it is about rarity, condition, and the story behind how a coin was made. For coin lovers, the 1971 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how everyday money can become a collector's treasure. Now let us talk about the coin value and worth money. In real market conditions, a normal circulated 1971 Washington quarter is usually worth only its face value. An uncirculated example in excellent condition can be worth a few dollars. Coins with strong mint state quality can reach several tens of dollars. Rare error examples, depending on type and condition, have sold at auction for prices ranging from several tens of dollars to several $100s, and in exceptional cases, high-grade or dramatic error coins have reached values in the low thousands of dollars at auction. Coin number 2. We are diving into a coin that almost everyone has seen, many have spent, but very few truly understand. Take a moment, imagine the loose change in your pocket, the sound of coins on a table, and the hidden stories they carry. Among them sits a quiet legend, the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 1985, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance it looks ordinary, but for collectors and sharp-eyed coin hunters, this coin can become a surprising treasure. The Washington quarter has always symbolized strength, leadership, and American history. By 1985, this design had already traveled through decades of change. The obverse proudly carries George Washington's portrait, strong and calm, while the reverse displays the majestic eagle with spread wings. Millions were struck, yet not all were created equal. That is where the magic begins. The 1985 Philadelphia quarter does not carry a mint mark, which already makes many beginners overlook it. But serious collectors know that Philadelphia minted coins are often home to some of the most fascinating minting errors. During this period, the mint was producing coins at a massive pace, and speed sometimes invited mistakes. Those mistakes are exactly what transform a common coin into a rare collectible. One of the most exciting aspects of this coin is strike quality. Some examples were struck with exceptional detail, sharp hairlines on Washington's head, bold lettering, and crisp eagle feathers. These high-quality strikes are scarce because most coins from this era show softness or weak details. When collectors find a sharply struck piece, especially in uncirculated condition, interest immediately rises. Then come the errors, a heartbeat of rarity. Off-center strikes are among the most eye-catching. When the design is noticeably shifted, leaving blank space on one side, collectors pay close attention. Another sought-after error is a double die, where parts of the lettering or date appear doubled, creating a ghost-like shadow effect. These errors happened during die preparation and escaped into circulation unnoticed. Clipped planchets are another thrilling discovery. This occurs when the coin blank is improperly cut, leaving a curved missing section on the edge. These coins tell a story of machinery malfunction and human oversight, and collectors love them for their uniqueness. Broad strikes, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to collar failure, also add excitement and rarity. Condition plays a powerful role in value. A worn coin tells a story of years in circulation, but pristine examples tell a different story. Coins preserved in mint state, with original luster glowing under light, are the most desirable. Professional grading can elevate a coin's status dramatically, especially when it achieves high mint state grades. For collectors, the 1985 P. Washington quarter represents more than money. It represents the thrill of the hunt. The idea that something rare could be hiding in plain sight keeps collectors searching rolls, jars, and collections. Every coin examined is a moment of anticipation, a chance to uncover history. This coin reminds us that rarity is not always about age. Sometimes it is about circumstance, precision, and imperfection. Errors, exceptional strikes, and preservation transform an everyday object into a prized collectible. That is why coin lovers should listen carefully, examine closely, and never underestimate the change around them. Now let us talk about value and worth money. In the real market today, a normal circulated 1985 Philadelphia Washington quarter is generally worth its face value. However, uncirculated examples with strong strikes can sell for several dollars. High-grade mint state coins have reached prices in the range of tens of dollars. Rare error examples such as double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets have achieved auction results ranging from dozens of dollars to several $100s, with exceptional pieces sometimes reaching values in the high hundreds at major coin auctions. Coin number 3. We begin a journey into a coin that many people have held without realizing its hidden potential. Close your eyes for a moment and picture a simple $quarter, resting quietly in your hand. It looks ordinary, familiar, almost invisible in everyday life. But today's story proves that even the most common-looking coins can hold uncommon secrets. We are talking about the United States of America Washington $quarter from 1988, struck at the Denver Mint, proudly carrying the small D mint mark that changes everything for collectors. By 1988, the Washington quarter was already a long-standing symbol of American currency. George Washington's portrait still dominated the obverse, representing leadership and legacy, while the reverse eagle stood strong, wings spread wide. Millions of these quarters were produced, yet within that massive number exist coins that stand apart. Rarity is not always about low mintage. Sometimes it is about mistakes, survival, and sharp eyes. The Denver Mint in the late 1980s was operating at high speed to meet circulation demands. When production increases, quality control can slip, and that is where collectors find opportunity. Some 1988 D quarters were struck with unusually strong detail. Look closely at Washington's hair, the sharpness of the letters in Liberty, and the clarity of the eagle's feathers. Coins with full detail are far scarcer than worn or weakly struck examples, making them highly desirable. Errors play a major role in elevating this coin from common to collectible. One fascinating error is the off-center strike. When the coin design is not perfectly aligned, part of the image is missing while blank metal appears on the edge. These dramatic visual flaws immediately catch the attention of collectors. Another popular error is the broad strike, caused when the retaining collar fails, allowing the coin to expand beyond its normal size. Double die errors are especially exciting. On these coins, parts of the date or lettering show clear doubling, creating a layered look that cannot be ignored. These errors occurred during die creation and were never meant to leave the mint. Yet a small number escaped into circulation, turning accidents into treasures. Clipped planchets are another favorite, where the coin has a curved piece missing from the edge, proof of a cutting error during blank preparation. Condition remains one of the most powerful factors in value. Most 1988 D quarters entered circulation and suffered wear. Finding one in mint state condition, with original shine and no visible wear, is increasingly difficult. Coins that appear almost frozen in time, untouched by decades of use, are the ones collectors fight over. Professional grading further separates ordinary examples from elite survivors. For collectors, this coin represents excitement and hope. It reminds us that rare coins are not only locked in vaults or museums. They can still be found in rolls, collections, and even old change jars. Every search is a chance to uncover something special. That feeling is what keeps coin lovers searching late into the night. Magnifying glass in hand, the 1988 D Washington quarter teaches a powerful lesson. Value is created by detail, error, and preservation. A small mint mark, a slight misalignment, or an unusually sharp strike can transform a simple quarter into a prized collectible. Listen carefully, look closely, and never rush past a coin without inspection. Now let us talk about coin value and worth money. In today's real market, a circulated 1988 D Washington quarter is usually worth face value. Uncirculated examples with strong detail commonly sell for a few dollars. High-grade mint state coins have reached values in the range of tens of dollars. Rare error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets have sold at auction for prices ranging from several dozen dollars to several $100s, with exceptional error examples reaching into the high hundreds in competitive auctions. Coin number 4. We open a new chapter in the world of American coin collecting, a chapter that hides in plain sight and rewards only those who pay close attention. Imagine a $quarter from your everyday change, smooth edges, familiar weight, and a design you have seen your entire life. Now imagine that this ordinary-looking coin carries secrets that most people will never notice. This is the story of the United States of America Washington $quarter from 1991, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a coin that quietly challenges the idea of what rarity truly means. By 1991, the Washington quarter had already become a daily companion for millions of Americans. George Washington's portrait still stood firm on the front, a reminder of leadership and history, while the reverse eagles symbolized strength and unity. Philadelphia minted coins of this year carry no mint mark, which often causes them to be ignored. Yet seasoned collectors know that no mint mark does not mean no value. In fact, it can mean the opposite. During the early 1990s, the Philadelphia Mint was producing enormous quantities of coins to meet circulation demands. With speed came opportunity for mistakes, and mistakes are where collectors find excitement. Among 1991 P quarters, strike quality varies widely. Many were weakly struck, with flat details in Washington's hair or soft feathers on the eagle. But a small number were struck with exceptional sharpness, bold lettering, and strong details. These coins stand out immediately under light, and magnification errors elevate this coin from common to collectible. One of the most talked about errors is the off-center strike. These coins show the design shifted away from the center, creating dramatic blank areas that instantly attract attention. Broad strikes are another fascinating error, where the coin expands beyond its normal shape due to a collar malfunction, giving it a wider, unusual appearance. Collectors also search intensely for double die errors on 1991 P quarters. These errors cause visible doubling in the date, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." This doubling is not damage, it is a genuine minting error that occurred during die preparation. Finding such a coin feels like discovering a hidden message left behind by history. Clipped planchets add another layer of rarity. These coins are missing a curved portion of metal along the edge, the result of an error during the cutting of coin blanks. Each clipped planchet is unique, making it especially appealing to collectors who value individuality. Another lesser-known but exciting error is the die crack or cud, where raised lines or blobs of metal appear due to damaged dies. Condition transforms value dramatically. Most 1991 P quarters entered circulation and show wear, scratches, and loss of original shine. Coins that survived in mint state condition, with full luster and no wear, are increasingly difficult to find. Those preserved in high grades represent a frozen moment in time, untouched by everyday use. Professional grading can turn an overlooked coin into a recognized collectible. For coin lovers, this quarter is more than metal. It is a reminder that rarity can still be found in modern coins. It encourages patience, focus, and curiosity. Searching through rolls, collections, and old jars becomes an adventure, because the next coin could tell a different story. That anticipation is what makes collecting so addictive and rewarding. The 1991 Philadelphia Washington quarter teaches us that value is shaped by detail, error, and survival. A coin does not need to be ancient to be special. It needs character, history, and the courage to be different. Listen carefully, observe closely, and never dismiss a coin simply because it looks familiar. Now let us talk about coin value and worth money. In the real market today, a circulated 1991 Philadelphia Washington quarter is generally worth its face value. Uncirculated examples with strong strikes typically sell for a few dollars. High-grade mint state coins have achieved values in the range of tens of dollars. Rare error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and clipped planchets have sold at auction for prices ranging from several dozen dollars to several $100s, with outstanding error examples reaching values in the high hundreds at competitive auctions. Coin number 5. We step back into a very unusual moment in American coin history, a time when the United States Mint broke its own traditions and created coins that still confuse and excite collectors today. Picture the year 1967. America was changing, silver was disappearing from everyday money, and the mint was under pressure like never before. Out of this chaos came a Washington quarter that looks simple, yet carries one of the most fascinating stories in modern numismatics. The 1967 Washington quarter dollar has no mint mark, and that is not a mistake. During this period, the United States Mint removed mint marks entirely to discourage hoarding and speculation. This single decision makes the 1967 quarter instantly different from many others. It represents a transition era, when silver quarters had just ended and copper nickel-clad coins were taking over circulation. On the front, George Washington appears calm and familiar, but look closer. Many 1967 quarters show variations in strike quality. Some have soft details, while others appear unusually sharp, with bold lettering and strong hair detail. Those sharply struck examples are far less common and highly attractive to collectors. The reverse eagle, when fully detailed with clear feathers and strong wings, signals a superior strike that immediately raises interest. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1967 quarter is its connection to special mint set coins. Instead of proof coins, the mint issued special mint sets from 1965 through 1967. These coins have a unique appearance, somewhere between business strike and proof. They often show a satin-like finish and sharper details. Identifying a true special mint set quarter is one of the greatest challenges and thrills for collectors. Errors are where this coin truly comes alive. Off-center strikes are among the most dramatic, showing part of the design missing and blank metal exposed. Broad strikes, caused by collar failure, result in wider than normal coins that feel wrong in the hand but exciting to the eye. Double die errors can appear on the date or lettering, creating visible doubling that instantly separates a rare coin from a common one. Clipped planchets are another prized error. These coins are missing a curved section of metal along the edge, a result of improper blank cutting. Each clipped planchet is unique, making it especially desirable. Die cracks and cuts also appear on some 1967 quarters, forming raised lines or blobs that tell the story of worn and damaged mint dies. Condition plays a powerful role in value. Most 1967 quarters circulated heavily and show clear wear. Finding one in pristine condition with full luster is becoming increasingly difficult. Special mint set examples, especially those with deep contrast and clean surfaces, are among the most sought-after modern Washington quarters. Professional grading can dramatically increase desirability and recognition. For collectors, this coin is more than just currency. It is a symbol of change, experimentation, and adaptation. It represents a rare moment when the mint altered its rules, creating coins that still spark debate and excitement decades later. Searching for a standout 1967 quarter is like searching for a hidden chapter in American history. This coin teaches us that rarity is not always obvious. Sometimes it hides behind missing mint marks, unusual finishes, and small imperfections. Coin lovers should slow down, observe carefully, and appreciate the subtle differences that transform ordinary change into collectible treasure. Now let us talk about coin value and worth money. In today's real market, a circulated 1967 Washington quarter is generally worth face value. Uncirculated examples with strong detail usually sell for a few dollars. Special mint set quarters in high grades have reached values in the range of tens of dollars. Rare error coins, including off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and exceptional special mint set examples, have sold at auction for prices ranging from several dozen dollars to several $100s, with top-quality pieces achieving values in the high hundreds at major auctions. Coin number 6. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 1997, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. It looks familiar, ordinary, almost forgettable, yet for collectors it holds meaning, mystery, and surprising potential. The 1997 Philadelphia quarter carries no mint mark, a detail that often causes people to overlook it. But experienced collectors know that Philadelphia coins are often where unusual strikes and fascinating errors appear. This coin represents the end of an era, the last full years of the classic eagle reverse before the design change of 1999. Because of this, collectors see the 1997 P quarter as a closing chapter in Washington quarter history. George Washington's portrait on the obverse shows subtle variations from coin to coin. Many examples from this year were weakly struck, showing flat hair detail and soft lettering. But a small number stand out with bold details, sharp edges, and strong lettering in Liberty and In God We Trust. These well-struck coins are much harder to find than most people realize, especially in uncirculated condition. The reverse eagle also tells an important story. On superior strikes, the eagle's feathers appear crisp and separated, the wings powerful and detailed. Most circulated coins lost this sharpness quickly, which makes fully detailed examples far more desirable. Light reflection across original mint luster is one of the first signs collectors look for when identifying premium pieces. The errors are where the 1997 P quarter truly becomes exciting. Off-center strikes are among the most dramatic, instantly visible, and highly collectible. These coins show part of the design missing while blank metal appears along the edge, proving a misalignment during striking. Broad strikes are another thrilling error, where the coin spreads outward because the retaining collar failed, giving it an unusual shape and feel. Double die errors attract intense attention from collectors. When doubling appears on the date or lettering, it creates a shadowed, layered effect that cannot be ignored. These errors occurred during die preparation and are considered true mint mistakes, not damage. Clipped planchets also appear on some examples, showing a curved section missing from the coin edge, each one unique and highly collectible. Die cracks and cuts add another level of interest. Raised lines or blobs of metal appear when worn dies continue striking coins beyond their lifespan. These imperfections turn ordinary quarters into conversation pieces, each telling a story of overworked machinery and overlooked flaws. Condition dramatically changes value. Most 1997 quarters circulated heavily and show scratches, wear, and dull surfaces. Finding one in mint state condition, with full original luster and no signs of wear, is increasingly difficult. Coins preserved in high grades represent survivors, untouched by everyday use for decades. Professional grading can elevate these coins into a higher level of collectability. For coin lovers, the 1997 P Washington quarter is a reminder to pay attention to endings. It marks the final years of a design that had circulated for generations. Searching for a rare example is not just about money, but about history, curiosity, and the thrill of discovery. Every coin examined is a chance to find something special. This quarter teaches us that rarity is often hidden behind familiarity. Errors, sharp strikes, and preservation transform an everyday coin into a prized collectible. Coin lovers should listen carefully, observe closely, and never underestimate the power of small details. Now let us talk about coin value and worth money. In the real market today, a circulated 1997 Philadelphia Washington quarter is usually worth its face value. Uncirculated examples with strong detail generally sell for a few dollars. High-grade mint state coins have achieved prices in the range of tens of dollars. Rare error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and major die errors have sold at auction for values ranging from several dozen dollars to several $100s, with exceptional error examples reaching the high hundreds in competitive auctions. Coin number 7. We explore a coin that comes from a fascinating moment in American history, a time when everyday change was quietly evolving and collectors were not yet paying full attention. Imagine the year 1979, a world before digital wallets, when coins passed through countless hands every single day. Hidden among them was a Washington quarter dollar that most people spent without a second glance, yet today it carries stories, mysteries, and surprising collector appeal. The 1979 Washington quarter dollar continues the classic design that Americans had trusted for decades. George Washington's portrait on the front reflects strength and calm leadership, while the reverse eagle spreads its wings with confidence. At first sight, the coin feels familiar, almost invisible because of how common it once was. But rarity is not always about how many were made. Sometimes rarity is about how many survived in special condition, or how many escaped the mint with unusual characteristics. During the late 1970s, the United States Mint was striking coins in enormous quantities to meet circulation demand. Speed was essential, and perfection sometimes took a back seat. This environment created variations in strike quality that collectors now carefully study. Many 1979 quarters appear weakly struck, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Finding a coin from this year with sharp details, bold lettering, and full definition is far more difficult than most people expect. Errors play a major role in transforming this coin from ordinary to exciting. One of the most dramatic errors collectors search for is the off-center strike. When the design is shifted away from the center, the coin immediately stands out. These errors are visually striking and instantly recognizable, making them highly desirable. Broad strikes are another popular error, caused when the collar fails and the coin spreads wider than normal, creating an unusual shape that feels wrong in the hand but thrilling to collectors. Double die errors are especially important. On these coins, parts of the date, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust" show clear doubling. This is not damage or wear, but a true mint error created during die preparation. Such coins often go unnoticed by the public, yet collectors prize them for their rarity and visual appeal. Clipped planchets add another layer of fascination. These coins are missing a curved portion along the edge, the result of an error during blank cutting. Each clipped planchet is unique, which makes every example feel like a one-of-a-kind artifact. Die cracks and cuds also appear on some 1979 quarters, showing raised lines or blobs where the die began to fail but continued striking coins. Condition is everything when it comes to value. Most 1979 quarters circulated heavily and show clear signs of wear, scratches, and dull surfaces. Coins that survived in mint state condition, still glowing with original luster decades later, are increasingly hard to find. High-grade examples feel almost frozen in time, untouched by daily commerce. Professional grading can elevate these coins and confirm their rarity in the collector market. For coin lovers, the 1979 Washington quarter is a reminder to slow down and look closer. It represents a period that many people still remember, yet its coins are already becoming harder to find in top condition. Searching through rolls, collections, and old jars becomes an adventure, filled with anticipation and excitement. This coin teaches a powerful lesson. Rarity can hide inside familiarity. Errors, strong strikes, and preservation transform an everyday object into a collector's prize. Coin lovers should listen carefully, observe patiently, and never underestimate the stories hiding in their change. Now let us talk about coin value and worth money. In today's real market, a circulated 1979 Washington quarter is usually worth face value. Uncirculated examples with strong details commonly sell for a few dollars. High-grade mint state coins have achieved values in the range of tens of dollars. Rare error coins, including double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and major die errors, have sold at auction for prices ranging from several dozen dollars to several $100s, with exceptional error examples reaching into the high hundreds in competitive auctions.